I'm able to get a Snarl. Oh, wait. What? Why did they set up Trick Room here? YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team from the March International Challenge, which was a little bit of a while ago with Alcremie and Yveltal. I've been trying to make Alcremie work for a little bit, but I haven't had much success. But seeing this team with some really cool options like Steel Beam Dialga, I really want to give a shot. So if you do want to check out the details of the team and the creator, there is a link down below in the description, and the rental code is still available. So why not try it out? And if you do enjoy the videos, of course, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help out. But let's get started and play some games. Lapras, Regidrago, Rillaboom, Kyogre, Calyx, Shadow Rider, and Whimsicott. Okay, this is a very unique take on just Calyx, Shadow Rider, Kyogre with Double Grass, a Regidrago, and a Lapras. That's something I would really say I would have expected right here. The Regidrago is actually kind of a threat right here. I do have Trick Room Dialga. It's just I don't know if I can set it up against I just don't know if I can set it up here. Maybe I can with the Yveltal. How fast is my Yveltal? I guess that's a good question here. Yveltal is probably going to be really important here. Snarl. I am pretty slow on my Yveltal though. Okay, I do want to bring the Dialga because it is a way to consistently get Trick Room up, except against Taunt on the Whimsicott. If it's Taunt on Whimsicott, it's going to be a lot harder to deal with. However, I can't really bring Volcarona against Rain, plus the redirection doesn't work against all the spread moves they have. The Landorus, not really helpful in this matchup at all. There's only like one physical attacker on this team, realistically, maybe two. I do want to go with Dialga Yveltal, so I think we have to bring Regieleki, and we have to bring the Alcremie as my backup mons right here. And it's just really weird because I'm forced to bring Eleki in a mode where I'm going for Trick Room here, and my Trick Room mons are going to get heavily damaged, so this might not be the greatest idea. However, I can't really say if I could like really like lead anything else and it would accomplish anything better, because if I lead Regieleki, it's just getting threatened by like a Tailwind plus a really strong attack right here, so I don't think that's going to be the case. We're going to see the Regidrago lead right away with the Whimsicott. Okay, as I do lead my Dialga plus my Yveltal. That's perfectly fine here. All right. So I do have the Dark Aura activate. So I do have options for very powerful Snarls right here. I probably just want to go hard in Alcremie right here and like just prevent Dialga from taking so much damage. And I think my play here is just to go for a Snarl right here into their team, lower that damage output. Hopefully, I don't think it's Switcheroo Whimsicott. It could be. I don't really think I would mind if that's the case. I want to lower that special attack so I can go for like Snarl into Oblivion Wing the following turns. They're going to go for Tailwind right here. Okay. Is this Regidrago with Dragon Energy? Dragon Energy is going to come out. Okay. Makes sense. We're going to see a huge amount of damage going to be coming out into my Yveltal right here. And yeah, that should be Specs. That did so much damage. Here comes the Snarl though into both Pokemon, and that does some pretty sizable damage into both, and the special attack drop is what's really important right here. Okay, that's nice, although just dealing with the Regidrago is still going to be pretty hard, and I don't think I can really afford to swap out my Alcremie here. My Alcremie's slower here. Let's see, 72. Yeah, it's slower than Yveltal, which means I could go for Oblivion Wing into Dazzling Gleam, I guess. I could Decorate, but the thing is I don't have Sucker Punch, right? I'm Helping Hand. No, I do have Sucker Punch actually, so Decorate's still worth it here. My only issue is, of course, Helping Hand from Whimsicott. Although I think if it's Helping Hands, I think I still survive barely. We'll find out. I do want to get rid of the Whimsicott as quick as possible because ooh, Taunt. Okay, Taunt and Alcremie makes sense. Okay, that's cool. Dragon Energy, that should be okay because I'm able to heal back some health with my Yveltal right here. And then I could go for Last Ditch Sucker Punches, which is nice. So Dragon Energy going to be fired off. Yeah, I am able to survive with the Yveltal, which is perfect. I'm able to get Oblivion Wing off and see how much the difference between the Dragon Energy first time around, second time around really did a thing. All right, so I am able to get a really nice Oblivion Wing off into the Whimsicott, and we are able to secure the knockout and gets back some really nice recovery right here. Okay, perfect. Now let's see who they bring out next. I'd imagine it's going to be Kyogre and just threatening some very powerful water spouts right here, which I don't really mind. I think I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch here into... I don't want to swap here on the Dragon Energy, of course. I think I just go for Dazzling Gleam, weaken the Regidrago a bit more. Sucker Punch should allow Alcremie to always survive here. Can I G-Max Finale here? That isn't that bad of a play, but I guess I'd save the Dynamax for Dialga. I think it's more worth it overall. You know what, let's just Sucker Punch here the Kyogre and go for a Dazzling Gleam. Get some chip off into Kyogre, lower that damage output from the Kyogre. I want to say it is the specs on the Regidrago did so much damage. We're actually going to see a Dynamax come out from the Kyogre. All right, so choosing the Dynamax and not go for the Water Spout. Smart play on their part, for sure. Oh, wait, no, they Dynamax the Regidrago, actually. Huh. That is not something I would have expected right here. Okay. Does that Dynamax really change anything? You lose the power of your specs if it is specs. So I'm okay with this. I do get a huge Sucker Punch off into Kyogre. That's good damage. And yeah, we do see a Water Spout. However, Alcremie should be able to take it just fine. Yveltal takes it just fine. What is this from? Oh, it's Max Strike. Okay, so they have Max Strike as an option. So they went for Max Strike. Does this KO? No. It's off Hyper Beam. Okay, perfect. That's really good right here. Able to get some Dazzling Gleam chip right here into their team. Yeah, this is really nice. Kyogre might be in range of another Sucker Punch, which would be perfect right here. I think I could easily get the Trick Room off successfully. Now, how many turns of Tailwind do they have left? Last turn of Tailwind, Regieleki can go into. Okay, I'm really liking this position. Even though Alcremie has not went for a Decorate at all, I feel very, very confident in my win con right here. So I'm just going to fire off more attacks right here into their Kyogre. Just go for a Sucker Punch, go for a Dazzling Gleam. Not really much else I could do anyway, because I don't really want to switch against this team. I want to preserve my Regieleki because Electro Up's just really good in the end game. And of course, the Dialga Dynamax seems really, really solid here. So we are able to go for a Sucker Punch into the Kyogre. We actually do pick up the knockout on the Kyogre, which is absolutely fantastic right here. We are going to see a Max Strike come out into my Alcremie. No, it's into Yveltal. Does that pick up a knockout? It does. Okay. So Yveltal goes down. A-okay by me. Now, do I want to I guess I would just bring in... Well, Dazzling Gleam just... Oh, go! Critical hit. Okay, I was about to say, that should have been in the red, but okay, goodbye there. Eleki. Alright, we should be good here. I think. I'm like pretty confident we're good here. If we go out into our Dialga right here, we Dynamax, we go for a Max Quake. Yeah. We go for a Max Quake with Dialga. Yeah, this should be safe. So Calyx goes down. I'm just trying to figure out like how do I play around a lot of potential items, because if it's Scarf, that could be a little bit annoying. Although if it's Scarf, I guess I could just OHKO it. I guess technically, yeah, I do have a very safe play here, which is just helping hand into, or not Dynamax now, Creamy, just helping hand to Dialga. Go for that Steel Spike into the Calyx, because if it is Scarf or Specs, it just goes down, and if it's Sash, I just go out into Eleki, right, and I outspeed and KO with Thunderbolt very safely here. So regardless, yeah, I have very safe plays, and yeah, nice. Okay, Dialga couldn't come out. I didn't even have to stop Trick Room, which is actually surprising. That's kind of the thing about Regidrago, is if there's a fairy type, it has to play around, and the Yveltal Snarl was just so important to turn one. The damage it really was able to do for the rest of the game was pretty much mitigated. I got rid of their Whimsicott, so they didn't have speed control, which is really solid here. Man, that Astral Barrage actually did a lot less damage than I thought to my Dialga. Okay. And let's see if we can pick up the knockout. If not, we just go out and Eleki if it is the Sash on the Calyx. And yeah, it is Sash on the Calyx, so perfect. I guess that means it wasn't Sash on Whimsicott. Maybe it wasn't Judge Button, so I guess it was Cobra Berry. All right. Good to know, good to know. We will go out into Eleki though, and since we have 100% accurate moves, plus the fact that, you know, we're Regieleki, we just outspeed everything. We just go for a Rising Voltage here into the Calyx, pick up the knockout, and we go for, I guess, a Max Quake. It doesn't really change anything because Eleki is going to get the final KO regardless. As, yep, Rising Voltage. I think they were just hoping that I had an inaccurate move that couldn't touch the Calyx. Going to be able to pick up the knockout, but even then, like, even if they crit the Dialga with a +1 Astral Barrage, I don't think they KO at that range. And yeah, kind of weird. I used Alcremie in a way that I was just using as a normal fairy type, but it just actually helped out. The Dazzling Gleam spread damage was actually pretty important, but the Kyogre into range of another Sucker Punch right there is actually able to tank the Regidrago's attacks. And yeah, ignore the Dragon Energy, as well as the Hyper Beam really didn't do that much to the Alcremie, especially after our -1 special attack drop. And then yeah, huge damage overall. Even if Regidrago was still around, I was really not that worried, because I'd probably just go for... I had a bunch of options with probably a Dynamax Dialga, or I could have just went hard into the Alcremie as well. There are definitely a few options that I did have there. However, yeah, just able to really just set up, I think, because they kind of didn't have the best tailwind turns. They got huge damage into my Yveltal early, but afterward they weren't able to pick up a knockout, which was pretty big for hyper offense teams to capitalize on. This is a cool team. Thunderous Varian, Sableye, Tapu Fini, Incineroar, Kyogre, Zacian. All right. Dealing with Thunderous Varian, it's a pretty interesting Pokemon. It does get access to Grassland for Gastrodon, which this team could struggle against. And of course, does have Volt Absorb, so Alcremie is not exactly as strong as an option as it could be here. Dealing with Zacian plus Kyogre, Dialga lead is something I definitely want to go with. I kind of want to go with Dialga Landorus, I think. Dialga Landorus seems pretty good. Yeah, I do like Dialga plus Landorus. The Intimidate just seems really solid here. And yeah, I think it is probably the way to go because it's probably my best way, other than Volcarona Rage Powder redirect the what's it called, the Zacian. That could be my other option. However, I don't really like it nearly as much. And then I think I want to try to sweep with Yveltal under Trick Room. I'm pretty sure, because that's how this team mainly functions, is getting to decorate off. It depends on who I want to go for the Dynamax, though. It's going to be Dialga or Yveltal. I think in this case, Yveltal is definitely really solid here. Although I'll need some chip damage into Zacian, which I'd imagine I can get immediately. I would expect them to lead Zacian, but I'd be okay if they don't lead it either. We're going to see the Thunderous Tapu Fini lead. Wow. That is not a lead I would really expect here. Okay. Lead Landorus plus Dialga. Huh, this is not something I would have expected lead-wise. Okay. Yeah, okay. Maybe they expect an Alcremie lead, but Tapu Fini is interesting to lead against an Alcremie. I can go for a Rock Slide immediately and just dish out some damage if I want to, but I do kind of want a U-turn. I want to save the Intimidate for later, probably. Yeah, so I'm going to U-turn out the Tapu Fini probably, because the Tapu Fini probably doesn't protect here. And I'm going to just attempt to go for a Trick Room right here. Yeah, I do like trying to get the Trick Room off, and then I just don't know what's the Thunderous doing here, because its damage output moves don't really do well in this situation. Like Thunderbolt's not going to do anything, or any electric type move. Fly wouldn't do much. Yeah, they're going to retreat here into the Zacian on their side. Okay, makes sense. Perfect. And I could still go for Decorate into Dialga. Although I don't know if they have Taunt on Fini. If they have Taunt on Fini, it just changed my game plan immensely. But yeah, we do go for the U-turn into the Tapu Fini. I guess if they have Taunt on the Fini, I just go back into Landorus, right? And get the Intimidate off. And then I could like threaten Earth Power. So it's not too bad. I'm going to go hard into my Alcremie. If it has Haze though on the Fini, I guess this is kind of a weird situation. We're going to see a Muddy Water. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay. So we're going to see Muddy Water into my Pokemon. No Act Drops, please. Can Decorate miss? I hope not. I don't think I've ever seen Decorate miss, but yeah, not obviously ideal here. However, not a bad turn. I'm able to get Trick Room up and a very healthy Dialga right here that can just, you know, decorate the Dialga. I guess my original plan of... I could have went with my original plan, but however, this probably just works out even better for me. I'm going to go for a huge attack into the Tapu Fini slot if possible. Because Zacian's probably, yeah, not wanting to stay in here, so that's perfect. A Thunder's going to come in, probably trying to absorb a Max Quake. Yeah, that's something I anticipated. I expected either Protect or switch to Thunders here, because you don't want to lose Zacian right here. And if this is the case, I'm able to get a huge amount of damage to the Tapu Fini if possible. I don't know if they're going to Protect here, because if they play 2 passive, sure, they can solo my Max, but... getting a +6 Dialga would be really, really scary for them, and they can't like switch passively against the Dialga at +4. So I imagine they have to try to knock out maybe Alcremie as quick as possible. We are going to go for the Decorate. We can't miss. I think at least. If you can miss Decorate, that's so sad. But yeah, we are able to get the +2. Steel Spike going to come out into the Tapu Fini, pick up the knockout into the Tapu Fini. Excellent. The Decorate really coming into play here. We're able to boost up our defenses as well, and we can go for our Max Quake to boost up against the Kyogre. Just keep going for Decorates, and yeah, whatever is coming in for the... Well, I don't know which side. It's the left slot for me, the right side for them, I think. They don't ever switch into Max Quake here. And I just go for a Decorate Max Quake. I knock out the Kyogre unless it Dynamaxes. If the Thunderous... I mean, it's fine if the Kyogre decides to Dynamax because it's taking so much damage right here. And I mean, so much damage. Plus, they can't really do much to my Dialga in the long term. I'm also really liking my Landorus in the end game, especially if I weaken these Pokemon. So yeah, we go for a Decorate here into the Dialga once again. We're going to go for a Max Quake into Kyogre. If they Max Guard, I guess that's a little bit interesting, but the Thundurus can't Revenge KO anything here. So I guess it could set up if it has set up. It does have like access to what? Nasty Plots, quite a few options here. Dynamax does come out. I imagine this is Kyogre. If this is Thundurus, I think that's a huge mistake right here, because I think Thundurus would get really threatened here. We do see Dynamax on the Kyogre. Okay. All right. Big moment here. How much is this Life Orb or Max Quake at +4 from Dialga? I don't think this is KOing, but this should do like 60 to 80%, I think, minimum. So we get a Decorate off once again. +4 Dialga. Just don't have Foul Play on your Thundurus, please. Don't have that. We do get the Max Quake off, although maybe we survive because we do have a Steel Spike boost. Oh, that did way more than I thought it would. That is beautiful damage right there. Okay. Huge damage into the Kyogre, and what are we going to see here? Going to be a Geyser coming out into who? Are they going to try to Alcremie, or are they going to just try to get rid of the Dialga? They do try to get rid of a Alcremie threat, and they do successfully knock out the Alcremie. But Alcremie, you've done your job. It has been very amazing here. Oh, they went for Fly. Interesting. Okay. So they went for Fly to avoid the next max move because they're probably just going to Max Guard the Kyogre. That makes sense. That's actually a really cool one here. I'm just going to go hard in the Yveltal right here. And we go for a Steel Spike into the Kyogre slot, and we go for... Oh, we haven't gotten Chip on the... How many turns of Trick Room are left? 2, yeah. So we're still okay, basically. We want to go for... We can't really do anything here, I suppose. I'm just gonna like... What do I even want to spam here? I guess I just go for... Because they can't even switch out into Zacian. That's never a play for them. I guess I just go for a Snarl right here and Max Steel Spike. I don't think it really matters what I'm doing with the Yveltal slot because I don't think it's getting hit off, because Kyogre's either going to Max Guard or goes down to my Max Steel Spike. So that's beautiful. I do get the +1 defense on my Yveltal here, which is pretty nice to deal with the Zacian, as well as we already have a Soul Vest for the Thundurus. So that's pretty nice. Okay. A good bye. I guess I do have to be careful though. I still do have to be careful because since there are 2 Pokemon remaining and one of them is immune to my Earthquake, still can be a concerning position. We're going to see a Fly come out into my Yveltal. Okay, cool. Doesn't really do that much damage. Fly is interesting. I guess... I don't think it's physical Thundurus variant. Is it? That'd be really interesting if it's physical Thundurus variant, but I imagine it just has Fly and it's a mixed attacker right here. Zacian going to come back in, and... Yeah, Dialga's Dynamax is over. However, Dialga is still in a really good spot at the end of the day. And I mean a really good spot. I'm going to go for a... Question is, where are the protects? Because I think my opponent has to kind of get a read right here. It's either protect your Zacian and attack with Thundurus, get some chip off so you can get a double knockout the next turn. I think it's just Snarl Earth Power though. Yeah, actually, no, Snarl Earth Power makes a lot of sense to me here. Yeah, it does. Okay, I'm gonna go for Snarl Earth Power here because Zacian's gonna protect. I could have went for the Steel Beam into the Thundurus, but I still think this is fine because I guess Snarl off into Thundurus and it's not really doing that much, or at least the Thundurus is not doing that much damage to me. However, and then I think Landorus can win this end game. Snarl, good damage to the Thundurus. Get that special attack drop, which is huge. We're gonna see Rising Voltage come out into my Yveltal. Okay, so they don't even weaken my... Okay, they don't even weaken my Dialga, which is perfect. Okay, so I can go into Landorus, and I can go for a swap the Yveltal into the Landorus. Well, I guess if I get crit here, it's not exactly amazing, but... Yeah, I do really want to go into the Landorus really badly here. Maybe I could just Protect. Protect isn't that bad of a play here. It's not, because I don't have to risk everything. Do I want to Protect or do I want to make the aggressive play? Because I think if they're going to split attacks, they might double up the Dialga though. You know what? I'm just going to Protect here. If they Behemoth play my Landorus, I think I just have to play against the crit if that's the case. If they go for the... If they target my Landorus, then I just got to hope that they don't crit. If they target into my Dialga this time, I think I don't think I have to worry too much about crits. Let's find out. We will protect our Dialga. Sure, I get rid of my Steel Spike boost, but if the Exhaustion has play rough, it doesn't really change much. Sacred Sword does come out into the Dialga slot. And I imagine Rising Voltage as well. Weather Ball, actually. Ooh, Weather Ball. Okay. Something I forgot to take consideration to. I'm going to go for a U-turn then into the Thunder slot. And I'm just going to go for an Earth Power then into... Or not Trick Room. I could Trick Room here. It doesn't really change much, does it? I mean, I have +2. Well, +2 defense actually doesn't really help me here. Maybe I should have went for a max Quake on the Kyber one of the earlier turns. Yeah. I think I'm just going to Earth Power and swap out here. Yeah, I think it's okay. Because I get a U-turn off into Thunderous. That might put in range of Sucker Punch later on. And I keep getting Intimidates into Exhaustion, which is still pretty nice for an end game. We'll see though. This could still be a little bit spooky here, just depending on what the... Just don't crit. That's basically it. Just don't crit. Sacred Sword gonna come out into Dialga. Wow, that did more than I thought actually. Is this KO? Thunders does have pretty good special attack. We do have pretty good Spadef. Okay, yeah, with the Spadef boost we got earlier, we already survived. I thought we would survive. Sacred Sword did a little bit more damage than I was expecting. I thought I would live in the yellow, maybe around the 40-ish range. But okay. Yeah, that did a bit more. I do lose my Dialga at this point, but I should win the game now. Unless... No, I don't think I could lose. I'm pretty sure I just go for Sucker Punch and I go for Rock Tombs at this rate. And I win the game because even if I miss Rock Tombs, Rising Voltage crit doesn't even look like it knocks out the Yveltal, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. And they don't even have access to the Weather Ball anymore, so they need me to miss a lot of Rock Tombs even in the first place. I'm pretty sure that this is Assault Vest on their Thunderous, so... Actually, I probably go down to Rising Voltage crit. I was lower than I thought. They don't have the rain for the Weather Ball, so I should be okay. Battle's gonna be forfeit. It's probably Assault Vest Thunderous, and I probably just go for 2 Sucker Punches and KO it. That's what I'm pretty much thinking. I guess I could have went for a U-turn. Actually, no, U-turn's probably the good cleanup play because U-turn into Sucker Punch probably just wins me the game unless the Thunderous has some kind of really weird Fly, Rising Voltage, Weather Ball, Nasty Plot as the last move. Did we see Protect? We didn't see it Protect at all. I'd assume it's going to be the Assault Vest set, but yeah, I don't think I was really losing that one. So being able to decorate, I thought I was going to decorate the Yveltal, but I just got like a really good position with my Dialga, and then I just took it, right? I was able to catch the knockout on the Feeny immediately because they kind of had to preserve Exhaustion. If they lose Exhaustion, they just lose the game basically because they don't really have any good answers to the Dialga. I was able to boost up and get a huge amount of damage, and yeah, it was really hard to stop me decorating my Dialga and dishing out too much damage onto their side of the field. Exhaustion, Calyx, Shadow Rider, Rotom Heat, Gastrodon, Rillaboom, and Grimmsnarl. All right. This is looking like... this is a weird one to play against. We definitely see some pretty scary Pokemon right here. Dealing with Gastrodon is a little bit awkward with this team. My best way to deal with Gastrodon is decorate attacks, but if they go for max Quakes, it's a little bit difficult. I say I'm not bringing Regieleki here. Regieleki only helps against like the restricteds, but it's really not doing much to the partners, and I don't think it'd be really worth bringing here. I could see myself leading with Landorus. I think Landorus is actually probably a really good lead here. So I do want to go with Landorus. Or do I? Because I could also lead Volcarona. Volcarona is not a bad lead either. Yeah, I guess Volcarona could work here. Yeah, I'm going to go Volcarona actually. Volcarona Dialga seems pretty solid. I wanted Landorus because Intimidate seemed really good, but I guess I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need it. I think Alcremie for sure in the back in Yveltal. Let's see how this matchup goes because I just don't know. I am planning the Yveltal max for sure. Yveltal max is going to be super important in this game. It's really going to depend on... There are a few things that do concern me though. A, is it Scary Face on the Grimmsnarl? Because if they do have Scary Face on the Grimmsnarl, they can just like self-Scary Face myself or themselves, and I wouldn't exactly appreciate that because then that means their exhaustion's faster than my Yveltal under Trick Room and other factors. We're going to see... Grimmsnarl plus okay, Grimmsnarl plus Calyx is not one lead I was expecting here, but okay. I will take it, I think. Yeah, that's probably a really good trade-off here. I'm going to go for a Struggle Bug right off the bat, I suppose. And I kind of want to go hard into my Yveltal immediately because like there's no reason to let Dialga take so much damage if it's unnecessary right here. So yeah, I am going to hard into Yveltal and maybe try to bait. I don't know, because this is not elite expected. Is this fake tier stuff? We'll see. If it's fake tears into my Volcarona, I'm gonna cry. Okay, no, they just light screen. Okay, that's pretty safe here. Okay, that's cool. This should be Astral Barrage here. Yep, okay. So not really that much damage going to be coming out to my side of the field. That's pretty good. Other than Volcarona, but Volcarona able to tank it like a champ. I'm able to get a Struggle Bug off into the Calyrex and the Grimmsnarl. Get some pretty nice damage and break that sash on the Calyrex. Now it's in range of Sucker Punch right here, which is really, really good here. Now, what is the remaining Pokemon they could bring out? Because you would imagine Zacian would probably be one of their favorites here, but it's really awkward for them to switch hard into Zacian. I would imagine they want to keep the Calyrex around, but they might be forced to stay in. They could go out into like a few other factors, I suppose. I really would like... I want a Rage Powder here, I think. And maybe just throw off a Snarl or a Heat Wave. I like Heat Wave because if I can cover the Zacian, that'd be really nice. But I guess, like, no, it's fine to Snarl here. The reason I think it's fine to Snarl is because if they stay in, yeah, because I don't think they can hard switch to Zacian. I don't think they can afford to. Okay, this works. I'm able to get Snarl. Oh, wait. What? Did they think I was going to Dynamax the Yveltal? They went for... What? They went for Trick Room. They went for Spirit Brick. Yeah, targeted my Volcarona. Flame Body would be really nice. Nice. I did get the Flame Body here. Why did they set up Trick Room here? Did they think I was like fast the Yveltal? Okay, that works out beautifully for me. Yeah, the burn on the Grim is adding up. I can go for a Struggle Bug, pick up the Knockout right here, and it covers Gastrodon, Rotom Heat, and some other switches. I do like getting in. I don't want anything to take a Spirit Break, really. I think going hard in Alcremie isn't a bad play, or just a Blooming Wing to get some HP back isn't too bad. But I think it's probably Alcremie. Yeah, I think it's Alcremie here, actually. I think Alcremie here is pretty reasonable. Because Alcremie will take the Spirit Break just fine with the burn. I don't want to take any special attack drops if I don't have to immediately. We're going to see the Scary Face. Okay. Makes sense into the Calyrex. Okay, so they did have the Scary Face, which is something I was concerned about. They are... Wait, what? They Scary Face the Calyrex, right? How is it still... They went for reverse Trick Room? They tried to reverse Trick Room. What are they doing? What are they doing? Rotom Heat comes out. Okay. That makes sense. I hope. I'm already super confused. Let's just go for... I want to just Gleam here realistically because I think they're going to just try to get rid... no. I should Rage Powder here, actually. Yeah, I should Rage Powder here. Yeah, I don't know what this game's been so far, but I'm going to Rage Powder and Gleam. Yeah, I want to try to break through the Grimmsnarl potentially if I can before I bring in my huge threat. They stayed in to attack, probably just T-Bolt here. If they Nasty Plot, that's really bad for me, though. They have Nasty Plot, that is threatening. Gleam, good damage to the Grim, okay. As well as the Rotom. Spirit Break going to come out into Volk. We are going to be protected. You have Goggles on the Rotom Heat. I don't know if they run Goggles in this format. I could see it for the Calyrex Ice Rider matchup. Oh, this is where it gets scary here. This is where it gets scary here. Okay, yeah, their Rotom is now a massive threat. Maybe I should have went for the Struggle Bug risk. I thought they were just going to go for a Scary Face and a T-Bolt into Volcarona to pick up the knockout. But yeah, now this is actually kind of terrifying. I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here and a... I'm just gonna go for Dazzling Gleam here. Let's see. Okay, they went for a Reflect. Okay. Did they Nasty Plot again? If they Nasty Plot again, this is really concerning. I do get rid of the Grim. Also, I don't have a way to hit the Rotom Heat now that I think about it because I left my Landers in the back and my Dialga doesn't have a Dragon type move. We do get Struggle Bug off. Oh, I guess... Oh, I might not max speed Volcarona. I keep thinking this is Sash, but then I forget it's a Cobble Berry set. So maybe they didn't reverse Trick Room. Maybe it's just my Volcarona was just slower. T-Bolt's going to come out. Okay, so the Rotom's only a +1. That's good. At least, I think. Life Orb on the Rotom. Let's go out into our Dialga, I suppose. Yeah, we want to go out on a Dialga, I think, here, because this is Zacian coming out. Yeah, Zacian comes out, not too surprising. I want to go for... It's still kind of concerning, because I want to go for a Decorate into Earth Power here to pick up the knockout to their Zacian. Zacian's probably... I don't think... Is this ally switch Life Orb with Rotom Heat? Oh no, with Nasty Plot? I don't think that's the case. Let's Earth Power and let's go for the Decorate here. Into the Dialga. The Rotom didn't get Scary Face, which is really good because that means my Pokemon should still outspeed the Rotom Heat, unless the Rotom Heat is min speed for some reason. I think we'll be fine. If the Zacian goes for Protect, I'm hoping that Rotom Heat's going to go for Max Flare into my Dialga. That sets up the Sun for me, so I should be able to get Decorate into the Yveltal the next turn and then go for a Max Flare into into the Zacian at +2, pick up the knockout, and hopefully survive 2 Rotom attacks at +1 with the Assault Vest. I don't know if that's going to be easy enough to say. We are going to see the Dynamax come out from the Rotom Heats, and it's a scary spot. It is a very scary spot right here. Rotom does come out, Dynamax and all. Okay, this is where it can really swing the game. And my logic might still be off. Maybe the better play was to Protect. Oh, they Max Guard because... Oh, that's perfect. Okay. That's perfect. I do get the Decorate off into the Dialga. Okay. And again, Earth Power. So they expected me to go for Max Dragon into the Rotom, which made a lot of sense, but I don't have Max Dragon on my team. So I made the only play I was forced to, which was started down the Zacian right here. That's actually really good for me. Okay, cool. A Trick does return to normal. All right. I do want to go for a Trick Room here. And this is where it gets tricky. I think I want to protect Alcremie. Yeah, I think protect Alcremie is the right play because we either guarantee trick them out. They forfeit the game. Oh, maybe they still think my Dialga actually has a dragon move. I don't have a dragon move. I have protect. Because if I had a dragon move, yeah, I think I Dynamax and I just win, right? Because I'm pretty sure the Max Dragon probably just outgoes to Rotom. I think that's what they were thinking. But no, I don't have Max Dragon. So pulled a bluff right there. I wanted to get rid of Zacian before I got into Yveltal. That could have gone really scary though. Dealing with that Rotom Heat was definitely terrifying for the end game, but was still able to manage thankfully. And yeah, not much to really say about it. I was just able to get the KOs. Yeah, if I had Max Dragon, I would have considered the option, but I definitely didn't. So I didn't even consider that as a thought process. But yeah, dealing with the Grim was probably a bit harder than I expected though. I think Scary Face Grim was definitely something I could have tried to focus down a little bit earlier. If they went for self Scary Face instead of just going for Spirit Breaks, then yeah, it could have been really threatening. I think they were just expecting me to keep spamming Rage Powder, which makes sense. Yeah, that Rotom Heat next to the Grim, if it was like Scary Faces did get off, would have been terrifying right there. And that is the show. Alcremie actually putting in a lot more work than I expected. I was consistently bringing it, which is not something I would say with like the conventional teams that I would really have Alcremie on that I was testing. It was able to get consistent Decorates off with Dialga and Yveltal, and it was able to stack as well. They couldn't really play passive against the Trick Room because the Decorate was just going to be able to accomplish so much right there. I really stack up the boost, and then they had no switch-ins, and through Protect, I would be doing a lot of damage with max moves. So really fun team. If you do want to try it out with the rental code, which is still available. I don't know how much longer it will be available because it's been a little bit, so make sure you try it out while you can. Down below there is a pastebin of the team though and the creator, so make sure you go check them out. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And check out the rest of my series 12 content where there's a lot of fun teams, a lot of cool Pokemon. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.